What is going on, everyone? Hope you are doing well. I am doing good. Let me fix this. Get an audio check here in just a second. So, let me first start by saying, whichever holiday you're celebrating at this time, happy holidays. If it's Christmas, Merry Christmas. Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa, Yule, Solstice, all of them. Audio check's done, so we're good. I was really on the fence as to whether or not I was going to stream today because this is it's a holiday, and this is a good time to be with family and friends. But if you're a regular here on my channel, we're family and friends. So there you go. Plus, for those people out there that aren't with family and friends today and need something to do, I'm going to give you some time. And we've got a couple missions to do here tonight in the old desert. So, I don't normally ever discuss politics and things like that, but I've heard for a long time about the war on Christmas. I am not particularly religious. I did grow up in a Christian family. But I've always celebrated Christmas. And, it's always kind of been a mix of the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ and the retail aspect of it, with trees and gifts and things like that. But to be honest with you, for me personally, it's a time of comfort, with family, with friends, or even by yourself if you choose to do that. For me, it's, watching some of my favorite Christmas stories, movies, shows, listening to music, opening presents, things like that. So, I've always said happy holidays because I do that because I don't know what holiday you're celebrating. And honestly, it doesn't matter to me. What's more important is whatever it is, I hope it's happy. So, never really subscribed to that kind of stuff. That's what I say. I say happy holidays. Now, I was just talking with Mrs. Rabbit about this because we were driving and I saw a billboard and it says Season's Greetings. And boy, that just annoys me. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like Season's Greetings only belongs on a card, But if somebody said season greetings to me, I'd be like, hey, thanks, you too. And then I'd be like, why'd you say that? That's weird. But it doesn't bother me at all if people are celebrating different things. I just hope that you had a great day or a good day. And that's where we are. So tonight, got a couple things in store. We're going to do some fun stuff. This is just regular coffee. Used to have the adult beverages involved, but you got getting older, get the medical issues. Can't do that kind of stuff. So, first thing we're going to do is we are going to hop in good old Mr. Assault. You will notice that the Scout is missing. We got that in our pocket. And we are going to rattle our way out of this hangar for some reason. And then we are going to... Okay, we're going to stop because I just noticed something. My thruster has always been Q. But now you can see it says M2. Down in here in this back corner, we got somebody down there all special, just right off our nose. That's going to be making her debut possibly Saturday or Monday. The reason I say that is, once again, I've got snow in my forecast. Friday night into Saturday. And supposedly it's a lot. I've heard everything from 5 to 8 inches to 8 to 10 to 12 inches. So we might be out a long time. So Saturdays, once again, questionable stream. I guess I should, if I want snow, I should just schedule a stream for it. Because every time, man. But I have a little fancy mouse. It's got multiple buttons instead of just the standard 2. So to make things better, I switched my shooting rockets to one of my extra mouse buttons. Now, it's not actually shooting rockets, it's just vehicle ability. So now we do that in order to activate our thruster. I just noticed down there it says M2 on my thrust ability. I didn't realize the thrusters would change as well. Makes sense since it's vehicle ability, but whatevs. Confirm. We're just going to go ahead and let her crash. Feel free to drop a message in chat. Let me know what you're celebrating tonight, if anything. It's like a low-keyed kind of party tonight. But we are on our way to Arakeen. The world map. Getting to me, man. I feel bad for you Harkos. You Harkos have a whole lot of scrolling to do to get around. Like deep desert. I guess it's not that bad. I guess if you're in Harko and you go to the deep desert, you got quite a journey. For me, it's, nothing to get to the deep desert, but Arakeen's way off. So I guess actually it's not any different, is it? I'm an idiot. Self-reflection. It's important to know your limits. Cecil Rad. It's amazing to me how much time it always takes for this. We're going to see ourselves flying in eventually. There we are. You got Death Screaming Hawk in here. Look at these guys. Hello. Hi. Oh my god, that's creepy. Let's be friendly. Hello. Alright. I don't think they're there because I think they're just standing. But we got something we got to do. So as we have to address it. As the population of this game has kind of dwindled, they originally had it set up to where, each world server had a whole bunch of sieges inside of it, and it was a way to kind of break things up so you didn't crowd everybody together. And in the early days, you'd have servers full of people, things flying around and zooming across, and, all sorts of things. And as the nice drip. Merry Christmas. But as the population's kind of dwindled back and people have come and gone, you don't see as many people as you used to. And in fact, it's kind of surprising when I do see somebody. I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, it's a person. And so it's hard to meet up with people. There's only going to be a set amount that you're going to see, and usually you get used to the names after a while. Some of the servers are more populated than others, Harmony, things like that. But I don't want to change my server. I've already spent a whole lot of time. So I was thinking, what's some way to gift something to some people that I don't run into and I don't meet? And I have chosen this one method. So we're going to come in here, I currently have 12.5 million in Solari. We're going to buy some stuff. The reason we're going to buy stuff is because this will turn into or result into Solari going into people's pockets. That's why they put it up here. They want to sell some stuff. You got to be careful when you're buying things. Like, you know, sometimes it's people asking ridiculous prices. This was also a way that they had the duper economy where you would put a shell burster up for like 25 million Solari and you'd pay some company real money, which would basically cover their expense of buying this, and then they would buy that and you would get their money. So it's not duping, but it's a way that you turn real money into Solari in the game, which you're not supposed to be able to do, but regardless. So when I'm looking at this, like here, this person wants a shell burster, replica pulse knife. I don't honestly know what the prices are, if they're good or bad. Prices are going to be different for everybody on this server versus somebody else. For instance, this gun could be 2 million on another server, and it could be 5,000. It's kind of a market concept that sets its own pricing. It's how much is something worth, whatever it's worth at the moment. So what I'm looking at is like this, poison mist. I've got a ton of these poison mists, probably like 6 or 7 of them. I kill the Masquerade a lot. I go after the fancy pants lady because I'm looking for carbide scraps and stuff. So that's where you can get this schematic. And this person is asking for 4,000 for it. I don't ever get to see who they are, but it's a common drop that's probably not going to get bought. But you know what? It's Christmas. So it just did. So here we are. I don't need this stuff, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, why not, right? It's just Solari. And there we go. So now these people are going to log into their game. They're going to come here and they're going to be like, oh, sweet, somebody bought my thing. You are welcome. Let's see. I don't really need more of these. I've got a whole bunch, but it's the concept. That's so pricey. So pricey. And ew, Mark 5? Ew. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. I didn't skip that. That just so happened to be where it was. Once a year, right? Boop, boop. This was just put up. There's your 2,000. Mark 4 clapper. I've never actually effectively used a thumper. I should do that. That one was almost done. So there you go, bud. I have several of these. Down to 8.5 million. Oh my. 195 for a no free slots in the exchange. We're there. Oh, let's see. Ooh, send a vehicle. Probably a mistake, to be honest. sending it to the vehicle. Because they're very tiny little things. I don't need to do that. Okay, so now we've purchased a whole bunch of... Actually, we've purchased all of the unique schematics that anybody was selling. So, happy holidays to you guys. I hope you are excited or happy about the fact that, oh my god, all of the stuff sold. Oh, I forgot about this section. Did you ever think to yourself, hey, this would be a cool idea? Yep. I see them circuit gauntlets coming up. That's not going to be fun. Let's buy everything else. Let's see where that puts us. Down to 7. That's better than I thought it was going to be once we started doing this, but now I got the big boys coming in. No free slots in exchange. Once again. There we go. We're almost done. I don't know if I clicked that enough. It'll put me at like 3 or 4 million, man. We're not gonna have a lot left over, but this is what we do. Okay, there we are. Down to 3.7 from 12 something. And we could still buy a ton of these raw resources. Somebody really wants to get rid of his spice refine stuff. Now, unfortunately, we can't continue the season of giving here because this person's got 500. He's wanting 10,000 each one, so it's 5 million alone to buy all of this. But what we can do is we can take a look at some of these other things, like this cobalt paste. It's just 1 million. I think we might have spent all our money already, though. 600. 600. No fuel, so that's good. Wow, this guy's got a lot of this, and I need that. But at 200,000 a pop, no, dude, that's 72 million right out of the gate. That is crazy. It's a crazy numbers. So I'm sorry, but the spice residue, I have so much of it, I can't. And I can't afford those. And then if there was something smaller than these things, sometimes I'll see people that are selling some kind of off items, like they'll have like plant fiber and stuff like that up here. Sometimes I have like the iron ingots and things, and that's going to usually be somebody who's come to Arrakis or Arakeen or wherever the first time, and they're just trying to, get some profit. They're not rolling in cash. They haven't seen a ton, so it's like a new experience for them. Like, oh man, this is crazy, and they don't have too much. So that's what we were looking to do. Looks like that's not the case, but yeah, we bought all the unique schematics that everybody had. Stuff we needed, didn't need, doesn't matter. Happy holidays. So that is done. We spent like 9 million, man. It's crazy. So those people never know who bought it, but they're going to show up and they're going to have money. And I hope it does them well. Let's see. Oh, no. From there, we're going to head out into the deep desert. Because we built ourselves a little base. Looks a little different than the one we normally build. I tried to get creative, but ran out of time. I had no intention of coming out to the deep desert this cycle, just because the Plasanium dust. Don't want to do those testing stations. And coming out here for this little project, there's so much resources near where I normally build. Oh my gosh, I'm like, dude, this would be perfect. Noticed it. One neighbor did come out this week. It's pretty slick having it tied to a mouse button. You need to use them more often. So we built in the same place we always do, which is really cool. But it looks a little different. And that's our base. Tried to make it look like a present. Kind of looks like rabbit ears, which still applies. That's why we clipped the end off on the other side. Didn't do it exactly the same. But yes, we made a giant gift box out here. And then I had to build a garage on the side. Thought about putting a bow on top of that one too, or at least trying. But like I said, we ran out of time. And I'm going to park as close to the side here as I can. And we're going to run inside, take a look at the inside. There is nothing much in here. Except this. It's a nice little walkway. I want to do boop this. It's not possible. I bet it is. Perfect. So we got our vehicles here, just for sights. And we got a chair that we can sit in and talk to people. I like how you don't actually sit. You just kind of like, boom, pop in there. But, yep, I'm going to set that mine there for no reason other than the fact that I got big old sausage fingers. It's festive. And then we have, oh, I got to wait till the mine goes away. Man, we're already out of coffee. That is no bueno. There we go. And then we have this, which there are a bunch of Solari in these boxes. Of different amounts. Some of them have 5,000. Some of them have 10. Some of them have 50, and one of them's got 100,000. Can I ask you, what do you want? What's up, Zach? So we're going to invite people here and see if they want to, A, get gifts, because this has a bunch of fun stuff in it that anybody can have if they need it, and oops. There you go. We'll sit down and let's see if there's anybody in the deep desert. It's always important to capitalize both these. Still there, Zach? What you need to ask, bud? Oh, we gotta figure out where the heck we are. I know where we are, but map. B7. So we're in the bottom right corner of B7, right along the shield wall. Hi. Parzival. Oh my gosh. So Parzival, I've seen him a whole bunch of times. Whoops. 1 minute, not a problem, Zach. I'll be here for a little while. Now, this is an interesting concept because it's difficult for me. Sounds like a white panel man. Um, I tend to be very cautious about giving things to people because it does take away. Um, does take away from the experience of the game itself. This is set now for 3, so we are going to manage this, and something I've never done before is go to public. So now anybody who wants to can open the door. And we'll sit down. Zach, almost new to the game, level 38. Would like to ask how I can join a guild. Okay, so what you have to do is you need to find what server you're on. When you turn the game on, it's going to say like connecting to, and in my case it says, I think I'm pronouncing this correct, Pellucidar, I don't know. I would suggest that you either, the best route, I don't know if you're familiar with Discord, the app, but you can go to the Dune Discord server, join that, and they have a section in there for people looking to join a guild, and you can put up a message, here's where I'm at, are there any guilds recruiting? And that's your best chance of finding active people that would be in your area. That's how I found the guild that I joined. I just went on that Discord server, and they have that section for guilds. If you don't have Discord or can't do that, you can also go to Reddit has a Dune Awakening. Yeah, I know I'm directing people to Reddit. What a shame. But Reddit, if you go in there and say, I'm on this world server, are there any guilds that are recruiting? And if they see that, if there are some, then they'll be there. That was the best way. Let's see, I don't think somebody's coming yet. It's going to be under social, if I'm not mistaken, under guilds. So this is mine, but there is no actual in-game joining option, which is a shame because it would be nice if it was that easy. But yeah, I would suggest that. The first option would be to go to Discord and put a post up there, or you can go to Reddit is another option that you have. So hope that helps, Zach. I'm not as fluent in Discord as I should be, so that causes problems. I'll tell you what, we're gonna open this bad boy, and we are just gonna go in here. We're gonna manage. And we're just going to leave it open. Should still be water sealed, right? No. Why did I bypass it the whole way? Unsheltered. Water sealed. So it's okay. I was going to say, why can't I sit in my chair? Purposely built that chair to sit in. Now it's not going to let me sit. You're welcome, Zach. I hope it helps. Hope you find good people. Another option that you have, you know what, I should have said this. Another option you have is that you can go to your deep desert and type in there and ask if there's any guilds looking for a player. Since you have the English translation, I'm guessing the English isn't the language you normally speak. So if you go in there and pop up a message in whatever your native language is, that also would be able to do that. So if you just go to the deep desert and just type in a message, say, hey, any guilds recruiting. The problem you have, though, is you're going to have an ornithopter to make that happen. So you still have some time that you're going to have to wait. I don't know, at 38, you may not be at the point where you've got flight yet. So I would just hold off, keep doing what you're doing, learning the game, and then once you get to the part where you can actually build your own ornithopter, I'm not sure, I don't remember which trial it is that gives that to you. I think it's like 5. It's either 4 or 5, one of the two. But yeah, if you get that, once you can get to the deep desert, just pop in. You're safe out here. I mean, the only thing that'll kill you is the sun, so make sure you bring a drink of water. But you can also type here and say, any guilds recruiting. But hope you find a group. So while we're waiting for any kind of chat to show up in the deep desert, if it actually does, key in on a little thing me and Mrs. Rabbit do, because I was victorious. But we have a little competition that we came up with, and it involves Christmas songs. Boy, man, my dog is unhappy. But for the most part, I'm okay with Christmas music. It shows up for about a month, does its thing, and then it goes away. Some songs I like, some I'm like, meh. But we had a little competition that we chose to engage in between ourselves. There's nothing but the fame and glory of being the winner, like I was this year. But what we do is we picked 3 Christmas songs that we hate. And the first person who hears all 3 of those songs is they're out. 3 strikes and you're out. And we both used to work retail, and it would always be playing overhead, so it normally didn't take long. In fact, one time I got a text message from Mrs. Rabbit, and she says, it's Black Friday and I'm already out. It's like, oh my gosh, that was great. It was the fastest win ever. I remember one time we were in a store, and they played 2 out of her 3 back to back. I was so excited. I ended up losing that year, but still took a huge lead. So I'll tell you the 3 songs that are on my list. The first one is, and this sounds horrible, so let me explain. It's that Do They Know It's Christmas Time at All? It's from the the Live Aid Christmas music. And it was a charity institution, and money was raised and donated to helping people in Africa, and I'm all for that. And I got nothing against charity, and I got nothing against doing good. It's great. Problem is, I'm not a spring chicken. It's obvious. I'm old. I remember when that was released, and I heard that song just like the current generation gets to hear Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You." And it got to the point where every time it would come on, I was just like, oh my God, this song again. And then for years and years and years, it was the top played song. And both Mrs. Rabbit and I just got tired of hearing it. So that's what it is. It's nothing against Charity. It's just we both get tired of hearing it. The second song for me is Elvis Presley's Blue Christmas. Now, there's some songs from Elvis that I'm like, that's a cool song, you know, and I got nothing against Elvis either. I don't know if you're familiar with that song, but that woo 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 thing. Oh my gosh, when I hear that, I am, yeah, just drives me insane. And also the blue Christmas, just not his best work. So that is my second, and then my third is Paul McCartney's "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time." Like the other ones, I've got nothing against Paul McCartney. I just don't think that there is a single redeemable aspect of that song in any way, shape, or form. It's poorly written. The music is terrible. Everything about it's just garbage. It's just a crap song. It's just like I was telling Mrs. Rabbit about it. It's like I would sum that song up that Paul McCartney's wife Linda answered a phone call, and she said, "Oh sure, yeah, I'll let him know." And then she hung up, and he was like, "Who is that?" And it's like, "Oh, that's the guy that's coming to pick up that Christmas song that you wrote. He'll be here in 30 minutes." And then Paul was like, "Shit, I totally forgot about that. I didn't write that song." And that's what came out. It's just so terrible. That womp 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 sound and the jingle bell stuff. And if you ever listen to the lyrics, it's just objectively a terrible song. I'm sorry. The guy's rich and he's famous, and I have no right to judge him, but I'm going to give you my opinion here. But what we end up doing now is, in the event that on Christmas Day we have not had a winner yet, we have a playlist on Spotify that we signed up to, which is just all the Christmas songs. And then we pick one, put it on shuffle, and then you just skip through until we've heard all of them. And today, Mrs. Rabbit was knocked out, and about 6 songs, maybe 8 songs later, was when Elvis came on. So I won. It's just a fun little thing that we do. Just being silly. But yeah, I'll let you in on some of the behind the scenes there with that. I can spell. Oh, also, I never really. Oh, it is just Barstool. Holy shit. This was kind of expected, being that it is Christmas. And like I said, I'm not probably going to be able to get on in the next couple days. But me, I'm in the U.S., buddy. United States of America. Mm. My coffee is gone already. This is probably the most social I get. It requires a major holiday in order for that to, and then in order for that to happen. I wanted to do this yesterday and was not able to. Thought there'd probably be a lot more people playing then. Might keep it going until the weekend as well. We'll see. Although I can't afford to buy many more schematics. How's my inventory look, by the way? Oh, we're still quite full. Tell you what, we're gonna come over here. I hid this box over here in the corner, just as a way to access things. There we go. Just to create some space. I guess I could have learned them, but yeah. Oh my gosh. My Christmas dinner. It's just me and Mrs. Rabbit this year. It's very nice and quiet. I enjoyed that. We ended up doing just some ham, mashed potatoes. It's pretty cool. I like to cook. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I like to cook. If somebody says, oh my gosh, I can't stand cooking, but I always say, like today, made mashed potatoes, right? So I, cut the potatoes up, boiled them, and then stuck them in our mixer, put in some milk, some butter, some half and half, some Parmesan cheese stuff. Pretty good. If you can take an instance like that, go grab a potato and just take a bite out of it like it's an apple. You probably break some teeth, and then bake it. Stick it in the oven. Just put it in the oven and let it do its thing. Or make mashed potatoes with it, or put them in an air fryer. Slice it up. Make something out of it, and then eat it, and be like, I did this. I took this thing that was food, still food, but inedible, uneatable, and turned it into something that actually tasted really good. And that's an awesome feeling. That's why I like to cook. And don't be afraid. I've made things that were poo-poo garbage, man. But I learned. And that's how you learn. That's how you get good at doing things. Can't all be Kraft macaroni and cheese. Although, nothing against Kraft macaroni and cheese. So, Parzival, the only other guy that's talking here in the deep desert, I've seen him about. He's not, from what I've seen, unless he's changed, he's not a bad guy. He's not going to cause any problems. Show you this. Now, there was a Stravidium fiber the last time we were out here, and I've got nothing within range of me here. But all along that wall, and last week it was terrible up here. Come down, you go up through this route, and then you just, come around here and do all this thing, and then you come down this way. This was garbage last week. It was just terrible. And there's so many things here. So many. It's unbelievable. This would definitely be a good mining day, so maybe we'll turn our giant present box into a mining facility. We're barely running anything in here. In fact, I don't have any machinery. Oh, wait, I do. There's water generators in the top. Up there. 4 of them. I did not use the how do I think? How do I see things? No, I do not do streaming on Twitch. I do have the option. I just I did it once, and then I think I did it twice actually, and it wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy that. I don't have a good handle on the Twitch setup, and it is different than the YouTube with like the raid concept and the bits and all that other stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let me get a better handle, because I think if you're going to do multi-streaming, multi-platform streaming, you should probably have a good handle on one of the platforms before you try to do both. And I'm still getting used to how to do YouTube here. I do have the option here to multi-stream, and I do still have all the docs on my OBS. Yeah, I even have a Twitch chat here, and haven't had a Twitch stream in 6-7 months. But the other problem I had was I engage with people on YouTube, but Twitch was just a constant barrage of websites I should go to get free bot views to spike my numbers up. In fact, like I would start the stream, and within 30 seconds I was getting a bot chat pop up, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I don't know, there might be a way to stop that, but I'm not sure. So sad and lonely here. Let's go take a flight around. I don't think you're gonna actually fit out the door, will you? Vehicle's out of range. I could spit on it, dude. Come on, man. That was unnecessarily stupid. Let's see. Let me show you what I was talking about. So, normally I would come down here. There's usually a couple mineable things here. You can see there's some aluminum there, aluminum here, some titanium, strontium, also titanium, strontium over there. So this is a good haul on just this little island right here. And I've also got some titanium right here below me. And we would usually come up this dune, catch some sick air, and then we would spin around this way. We stay close to the base instead of in case Parse comes by. So we got aluminum, some titanium there, strontium right here beside us. Last week this was such garbage, man. There was nothing up in this place. Look at this. We got 2 strontiums right next to each other, plus titanium right there. Let's get some height. There's usually one over here, but yep, right up there. Some more strontium. I actually had to go to Strontium Islands last time to get decent quantity of that. And here now it's all over the place. I don't think I've gone. Oh, I did go this way. Sometimes there'll be one stuck right there. Dude, I cannot believe we've got a huge snowstorm coming through. It has been relentless. More strontium, and then we would come around this corner here. Oh. I think you saw it now. Wonder if he's got prox chat. Did I set this as public? I don't think I did. So Parsa's he's a veteran. So we're gonna go in here. And we're gonna go that, and I brought some things in that your average veteran player would love to have, because these take so much time to gather. Um, oh, he's flying away though. Let's do this. See if that brings him back. So why would that bring him back? Well, first off, carbide scraps and diamondite dust, the only place you can get those is from the Masquerade in that little section off where my base is. The agave seeds, same thing. The only place you can get them is from the Masquerade. And, okay. But yeah, those things are definitely something that veteran players would love to get, because it requires you to go someplace crappy and do a route that is just no fun. The other thing I have a bunch of is that, and let's switch you out for you. Oh man, I don't want to do that. 250. There you go. Got some boxes. Um, Here's another one. That's a good one to give out, because the only place you can get those is Sentinel City or buying them from Zoe, and those both are crap. Plus, you need the money for it, which technically isn't too much of a problem. Let's put 15. Why 15? Because 15 is the amount. Oh my god. 15 is the amount that you need in order to that's how many you need in order to build a large water cistern. And those are terrible. Let's split that, so that'll start putting it where it needs to be. We'll drop some money in there too. Got lots of money. Take all. That's a dick move. Oh, and now the sun's up, so it'd be so much easier to see all the resources. But yeah, there's so many resources up there. So I think what'll happen is, once we're not giving stuffs away, we're going to transition this into another resource base, and we're just gonna Atreides scum. That's what I am. AI Festival? Nope. Never been anywhere, man. I just been here in my room. Oh, not me though. He brings up a good point. Like he's saying Atreides scum. Like it's not serious. Like it is, but it isn't. It's like he doesn't really hate me because I'm Atreides. But what he would do is he would definitely, if he sees green, if he sees green coloring, he's gonna attack because we're supposed to, right? Um, which is, yeah, it adds something to the game, but not if, not if we're not interested in fighting in the first place. We got 7 days worth of power. If you look upstairs, behind that wall is where all the stuff making things run is. If I see a Harco, I don't. I mean, I'm not aggressive anyway, so I'm not in automatic attack mode. It's laying out here. You have to drop something. Oh yeah, drop some salvage metal. But um, but if I see somebody in a black ship, which is a shame because they look awesome. The Harkonnen Ornithopters look so cool, so much better than the Atreides. The Atreides assault is okay. Their scout's terrible. I hate it. Ugh, it's terrible. But is what it is. You can purchase being on one team. You can purchase the color schemes and the swatches and stuff from the other. It just costs way more. But I prefer to stay like this blue dasher or the chelm white, especially when I'm out in the deep desert, because it's like some people will automatically come at you just for the color you're wearing, because that's how the game's designed. It's Atreides and Harkonnen aren't friends, so they're playing along with it. Yep. No, I've never been to an AI festival or any of the tech places or Twitch cons or any of that stuff. Also, saying there's free stuff here. Um, I've seen kind of a newer batch of players come through, and they are definitely not trusting individuals, and I don't blame them because this game it can make you question. That's so funny. Then I'm water sealed with a door wide open. Well, we're going to sit here and we're going to wait and see if anybody else shows up. It looks like it's just me and Parson, whoever that new person was that he was talking about. I don't have very many friends. None of them are on. So it's just little old me sitting in a chair in a really big base that looks like a present. Doesn't get much better than Christmas, does it? But like I said, we're just doing a short stream tonight. Just wanted to jump in, say hi, share a little thing, tell a couple stories, and spread some Christmas cheer. That's what I celebrate. But just spread some holiday cheer by giving back to some of the player base. Hopefully, all the people that we bought from will enjoy it. They'll love their money and put it to good use. And now I've got to work towards getting that money back. The way I do it is through resource selling on that very black market that we were just at. By that, what I mean is I will go. From last week, we made a ton of plastanium and a ton of the duraluminum and stuff. So we'll go sell that. Oh my gosh. Let me just type this out. Okay. Oh, look, we got a second customer here. I'm speaking too soon. Tell you what, we're going to split this down just a little bit further. No, I got plenty. And what else can we include? Oh, I know what we can do. I don't need these hummingbird modules. They're Mark 5s, though. Mark 5 is gross. It's not gross. Could put a bunch of this stuff in there. This is what we have in our carrier. Nothing says Christmas like putting bodies in there, right? Tell you what, we'll bring those over. Bring that. We'll bring a couple of these. And this is just items that I've had sitting in the old base. I actually kind of need to clean house a little bit and didn't want to put that all up on the auction house. That's what I'm gonna end up doing with most of the stuff. But then I thought, you know what? It'd be kind of cool to give stuffs away. Put like things together. Ozilla, I know that name as well, so I've seen them out here too. So again, we're going to have another veteran level player showing up. It's also another reason why the money spending wasn't such a big deal, because I know I have some extra money hanging around. Thought for sure I grabbed two. I guess I did not. I'll tell you what, I am not looking forward to this weekend, guys. That keeps rolling in the back of my head. That, so much snow, man. I got tons of money in the sand crawler too, by the way. Alright, we'll switch this 50 out with this. Don't think I have, oh wait, I can just put... Christ, I'm stupid. So dumb. I am so dumb. Let's bring those power regulators over too. You got to be careful too, because like, dude, 90 is 45 volume. It's horrendously huge. Huge amounts of space. And depending on what kind of visitors you get, depending on what they're in, you know, they can't carry too much stuffs. Hmm. You know what makes for thrilling content? A guy sitting here staring at a screen, not saying a word, not really even moving. I mean, I gotta be careful. I'm gonna get an award. And then, you know, recognizing I shouldn't be doing it, I just go right back to doing it. I'm also noticing I just backed up with the carpets. Apparently I drifted here at the end. It would be nice if there was a way to see how many people are on your server. That might get abused, though. That might be the problem. You know what I mean? It's like... Well, I don't know how it would be abused, but... As a solo person, it would definitely make my life a little less stressful. If I knew there was like 3 other people in the deep desert here with me. There's a weird sound. It's weird that that moon's moving, but this one really isn't. It's not, is it? I mean, look at that. The thing's full now. Oh, let's see if they were smart enough to actually make it a complete circle. Because if they are, that little star will just disappear. It did. Good job, Debs. Good job. I had a great Christmas. It's just me and Mrs. Rabbit at home. The rest of the family is visiting others, so it's nice and quiet, peaceful. I got work in the morning though. That's kind of blows. And then snowstorm is supposed to start that night and go all the way into the next day. Let's see if I'm gonna be sad. Okay, so we've been in the 8 to 12 inches for the last 2 days, and now the next 48 hours it says it's going to be between 5 and 8 inches. So that's much better. Much, much better. Sunday, periods of light freezing rain. You can't win, man. Not this year. This has been the worst December in like the last 5 years. I don't mind. But no, I should. That's a lie. I was gonna say I don't mind the snow, but I do absolutely hate it because I have to go out in it. If I didn't have to go out in it, I would love snow. It'd be the greatest thing. If I could just sit in the house with a cup of coffee and look at it, be like, look at all that snow, and then not touch the door. That would be great. I'd love it. Unfortunately, I have to go out and drive a truck through all of it. That makes it no good. Someone told me that I should stream that, but I don't actually think it's going to be because I'd have to do it over the cell network during a storm. It's not going to be good. Is that storm going to miss us? It is coming at us, but I think so. You know, you can see the storm and you can track that little red line that's telling you it's getting closer and closer. But if the lady hasn't told you that there's a storm coming, and she can predict them pretty far out, that usually means it's going to miss you. As you can see, that thing is still coming in good click. But the center of the storm still almost 3 kilometers away. And what we should see, yeah, see, there's the end of it. So it's moving more left to right. I don't know if the map will show it because we haven't traveled out anywhere. But yeah, center of the storm is there. And we should pretty soon see that switch from going down to going up. Let's go get some aerial views of this. It's kind of scary. You can see the auroras through it. It kind of looks like it's trying. Just barely missed us. Oh. There it goes. Just switched over. So it did get less than a kilometer away, but just was not to be. Just barely showing up on the map. But that's cool. The problem is when, like, you know, I'm out there flying back to my base. I'm not in the storm's path, but I will cross it, and it doesn't give you enough time to kind of react. If that's the case, I mean, you'll see it. Excuse me. You'll see it before anything else. Got the tail end of my thopter sticking out. It's horrible. Boy, back inside of here. And we'll sit and wait. A message go through. I got new earbuds. They're blue. I know in the off lights probably can't see it. The big key to that was all of my other earbuds have been black, which means I lose them all the time. I just can't see them. So now we got nice, pretty blue ones. They work really well. Not a sponsor. They're the kind that go around your ear, which I wasn't really too excited about that, but I think I was wrong. I've actually forgotten that I was wearing them when I was using them today, and they hang in there pretty good. I'm a mechanic by trade in the real world, so I'm twisting and turning and getting into weird places, and hopefully these stay in. There's been quite a few times that at a very inopportune moment we have lost an earbud, so not cool. Put that back in. I believe it's still attached. And it fits just perfectly under there, and you never even know, and I could still hear out of this. The other ones I had before were the one kind of like stuck inside your ear. They sounded great. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. Now I can hear myself talking. That's one thing. Never thought about this when I started streaming, was actually being able to talk while I hear myself from like 20 seconds, 30 seconds before. There is a delay on what I say and when YouTube actually is able to broadcast it, so it's actually pretty strange. It's disorienting a little bit, but the more I've done it, the better I get at it. Like, it's happening right now. I can sit there yapping away, and I'm still maintaining a train of thought. I can hear it, and I know it's there, but yeah, so we're growing. That's a good thing. Hosilla needs to get here. I had other Christmas stuff to do. Is Oliver in here? You are. What's going on, man? What you doing? No, can you guys see him back here? I don't think you can. Yep, I didn't eat him. Mrs. Rabbit said I could, but I didn't. We cheated today, by the way. It's Christmas Day. Doesn't matter. I'm allowed to eat what I want. All right. Well, it's getting close to 7:30, which is the time I kind of wanted to jump off because we got some stuff to do. Not sure if Hozilla's going to make it here or not, but we'll wait out another 8 minutes at least. But then we're going to be jumping off because we got to finish the holiday off. Um, it's been a good day, and then we got a crazy day at work tomorrow, and then probably snow all Saturday. But we'll figure it out. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with me on this holiday evening. Like I said before, I hope you had a great day, and I hope it keeps being great. I'm excited for this chapter 3 coming out and some of the changes they've made. I've never been a fan of the combat in this game. Even with, I don't want to say AI, but the PBE. It's they're very easy to pattern. They're very easy to kite. And really the only time it becomes dangerous is when you get mobbed. And as long as you can avoid that from happening or keep that from happening, then you're in good shape. So it's very janky. I've seen a couple posts, some videos other content creators have made, and people have said about where they have like trooper builds that are so stamina based that you literally can't kill them, even if you stun them. And like as far as melee goes, at least, even stunning them, they recover so quickly that you can't get the slow stab in to do damage directly to them, and they can just dodge away from you without ever breaking their shield, ever, and ever dropping their stamina below, because you'll get the double bar. But yeah, without ever dropping stamina down, without ever taking their shield, you just can't hurt them. Now that is just a straight melee build, of course. There are other ways to do things, but it's usually too easy, especially unless you get caught way out in the open. It's so easy to break line of sight and use terrain and features, especially if you're doing like testing stations, things like that. I guess it does move, just super slowly. But it's so easy to outmaneuver, break line of sight, not have to worry about people. The combat in this game has always been a little janky. And one thing that really upsets me about that is they had the perfect opportunity for arena style fighting and just didn't pursue it at all. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing that drew me to this game is not the fact that I'm huge on survival games. I like them, but I'm not huge on them. But the big point for me was just the fact that it's Dune, and I love Dune. I have for a while. I've read the books. I saw the movie that came out in 1984. Saw the new movies with Timothée Chalamet, Denis Villeneuve's versions. Over the years, I have always been a fan of Dune. And that's what drew me to this game. And if you think about it, let's just say that you're not familiar with any of the backstories. It's not that much different, but let's just look at the new ones that came out. How many one-on-one fights occurred in those movies? You had the main attack on Arrakeen when they Harkonnen ambushed, which there were some one-on-one type fights, but nothing too extensive. Then you have the fight with, no, spoiler alerts in case you haven't seen the movies, with Duncan in the testing station. But that wasn't really one-on-one because that was a whole bunch of Sardaukar. But then you've got Paul and Jameis You've got the arena scene from Fade Ralpha when he's fighting on his birthday. Then you've got the one-on-one fight with Paul and Fade at the end. I mean, the same amount of fighting that happened in the movies and the books on a grand scale also happened on a one-on-one tournament style type situation. And they didn't incorporate either one into this. I mean, there's no massive battles unless you create it yourself, which would just be one big guild or one big group tracking down another group and doing doing that way. It's it's a missed opportunity. There should be some huge battles going on here in the desert. And it should be, sign up to be on this side or that side. And whoever wins something huge. Maybe a fight over a spice field. Not like we go out there and we shoot at each other and, okay, we're out of, we can't repair our vehicles anymore, so I guess we're out. It would, be something a little more organized, etc. And then also just a one-on-one fighting arena. Why that wasn't included? Ugh. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you got still suits, right? I guess. But it's gonna be interesting. I don't know if you're familiar with the patch notes. I would read them over first. We are going to talk about them before they drop. They're going to be dropping in early 2026, so next month, which actually isn't very far away. That's like a week away. 2026 is, but yeah, it's going to be early 2026 that drops, and it's going to do massive changes to the PvE side of it. They've already said that PvE, they're still working on it, trying to come up with some things and finalize some things. I think it's going to be a major direction change from where they thought they could go. But like I said, with the combat so janky, it's going to be a hell of a rework if they can pull it off. But yeah, there's going to be quite a few changes. A lot of them to the Landsrad. Oh, excuse me, the Landsrad, which is good because, I mean, the guild I'm in, most of them moved to Harmony server. They did the transition, reset up, started over, did their thing there, and they were more PvP oriented than I was, and that's why I stayed behind. And I'm the only person from the guild that stayed behind, and who's still playing. But I mean, that's the only reason I've got access to any Landsrad stuff. And that's the only reason why I've gotten some of the gear I've gotten and the equipment pieces I've gotten is because of this. The Sandcrawler, the Regis vacuum, and some of the treads, all the treads actually. They were either rewards from a specific house or it was with the, like we have right now, access to the Landsrad vehicle vendor. You could buy those. So this was something that was always kind of missing out for a solo player, somebody who doesn't have a big group to join, like Zach was talking earlier about trying to join into a guild. So they're supposedly going to be reworking this to make it more accessible, to where there'll be missions that you can do, and they will help get you points towards things. Looking for a compact compactor, see if that comes up anywhere. Still early. Omnifocus Deucite, huh? Good job, Harco's taking this one. Holtzman shields already have perforators. Hyder's Disruptor may not have been a bad thing to get. We were way off. Yeah, we only had 10% of it, so good on them. Halleck's Pick, maybe. Deserters, I'd have to kill a lot of them. That'd be testing station, would be awesome for that. This one. I have so much complex machinery that this was a no-brainer. I was like, dude, you can have so many of these. That's why there's exactly 14. I gave them 1,000, 2 stacks. I did not have the House Divet Still Suit armor swatch, so I needed it. So we did that, and then there's another one that I got. Oh, it's Soar. How's Soar? I've already got the heavy armor swatch for them, but I wanted that Walker Sandcrawler engine, and I had Regis pistols laying around. So actually, I had to make I think 5 of them. Took 7 total, but I already have the heavy armor swatch, so I didn't have to go to the 14. But yeah, compact compactor. Deliver radiation suit Mark 6s, and you get 400 points for each one you do. So that would be what? 10 suits would get me 4,000. 20 suits would get me 8. 30 suits would get me about 12,000. So 30 to 40 suits, if I'm doing my math right. That's a whole hell of a lot, man. Still suit armor swatch. Let's see if we have that. As I stand out in the sun and die. Not too bright. There we go. Customization, clothing, still suit, Thorvat, jeez, just. So I don't have them. Oh wait, I do have her cheese, don't I? It's a shame. I literally was just there, but I do. So we do not need that swatch, so I wouldn't have to push it past the 10,500 to get another compact compactor. So the compact compactor is basically a Mark 6 compactor that is a little smaller and doesn't draw the worm's attention as much. So that's why it's good to have. Although we have kind of made our way. We got our big boy pants on now. So we get most of our spice out of that crawler. I don't know. I do have a couple blueprints back at the old base. And I got some Mark 6 compactors too, just regular ones. Well, no, I think they're Omni-static compactors is what they're called. I have to think about it. I don't have very many Mark 6 radiation suits. The fact that it's a Mark 6 suit means that it's going to kind of be a little pricey to make. The 10,000 Solari won't help. The young Sparky won't help. I don't need those blade components. So literally, it's just going after that. So it might be worth skipping. If that was like a Mark 5 or a Mark 4 suit, probably jump at the chance. Nope. 7:35. All right, I gotta go. So, thank you for tuning in with me. I'm gonna close up shop here, and I'll keep you guys posted as to how our day goes, our weekend goes. Don't expect me on Saturday. The snow should be done and gone, but I will have been out all night and all day dealing with it. So I could stream, but it would probably be of terrible quality, and I'd be sitting there doing that kind of crap. So usually when we get a big storm like that, 5 to 8 inches, that's the kind of storm that when you get home, you go to bed. Could take a long time. So don't expect to see me on Saturday. We might do a Sunday stream. Probably not, though, because we'll be on Monday. But we should be back Monday. We're going to start getting back into Battlefield, getting the itch for that. It was nice to take a little break, step away from it. I've been throwing in just enough matches to get the daily challenges done and kind of just rolling through. There's a thing in the gaming industry called FOMO, fear of missing out. I never have that. If I don't get something, okay, I'll be okay. Pretty sure I'll be all right. There's things that are like I said, I think the Harkonnen Thopters look awesome. I don't have them. Be all right. So, yeah, Battlefield doesn't have her hooks that far into me yet. So, but yep, we're gonna call it a night here. Like I said before, happy holidays, whatever way you celebrate. I hope it was great for you. And thank you for tuning in. So I, as always, will see you out there. Take care, and again, happy holidays.